have accessed Dusk Protocol. Initializing.
In the fog-shrouded valleys of the Appalachian Mountains, there's one rule that's kept people alive for generations. You never look out after dark. No matter what you hear, no matter what calls your name, no matter how many times something taps on your window, they call it the empty. Standing 8 feet tall, this abomination stalks the mountain homes at night. Its most disturbing feature isn't its height, but rather how its neck contorts and twists at impossible angles, allowing it to peer into any window it chooses. Those unfortunate few who've survived encounters describe a face frozen in an impossibly wide smile, stretching from ear to ear, revealing rows of small, sharp teeth. But it's the hollow white eyes that make it truly terrifying. Empty orbs that seem to pull at your very essence. Local legend says for every second you stare into those eyes, it steals another fragment of your soul, slowly making you as empty as it is. The first documented encounters began after the harsh winter of 1932. The Henderson family reported waking to the sound of wet cracking noises outside their second-story windows. The father, William Henderson, wrote in his journal, "Something is wrong with its movement. The neck, dear God, the neck shouldn't bend that way. It keeps twisting, bones crackling like kindling in a fire, until its face is level with our windows. Mary saw its eyes last night. She hasn't spoken since. There's something different about her now. Like she's not all there anymore. Like part of her is missing." By 1934, reports flooded the local sheriff's office. Each description matched. A tall, thin figure with paper-white skin, its neck capable of extending and twisting to reach any window. Black fluid would drip from its ever-smiling mouth as it pressed its face against the glass. Watching. Always watching. The victims who survived initial encounters were never the same. Described by family members as partially empty, as if crucial pieces of their being had been taken. The mountain communities developed strict rules for survival. Close all curtains before sunset. Never investigate tapping sounds at your window. If you hear wet cracking noises, remain still. Keep all trees trimmed away from windows. Don't look out. Even if you hear familiar voices calling, never sleep near windows. If black fluid appears on your windowsill, leave immediately in the morning. No mirrors near windows at night. Children must sleep in interior rooms. Never answer if something counts from outside. Most importantly, if you see hollow white eyes, look away immediately. In 1956, Dr. Samuel Pierce attempted to study the phenomenon. His research notes, found scattered across his abandoned cabin, contain disturbing theories. The entity appears to feed not on flesh, but on fragments of human souls. The neck's unnatural movements serve a purpose, to demonstrate to its prey that it defies natural law. But the eyes, those hollow white eyes, they're like voids, consuming pieces of whoever looks into them. It's trying to fill itself, yet remains eternally empty. My hypothesis, it needs to be invited. It needs us to look out. To look in. To lose ourselves in its gaze. Dr. Pierce disappeared 3 days later. His final journal entry simply read, "I understand now why they call it the empty. It's not just what it is, it's what it makes us become." Local authorities maintain a growing list of missing persons in the mountain region. The pattern is always the same. Black fluid on windows. Sounds of cracking bones at night. Witness reports of feeling watched final days marked by increasing window taps. Survivors found with missing pieces of themselves. Victims who disappear completely. Recent satellite imaging revealed something disturbing. The disappearances form a pattern across the mountains, like a massive web with an empty center. What's more concerning is the pattern's growth. It's spreading beyond the Appalachians. Some theorize the entity is ancient, awakened by human encroachment into the mountains. Others believe it's something that evolved in darkness, developing its twisted form to better hunt its prey. The old-timers have a simpler explanation. It's what happens to those who look out too many times, transformed by whatever waits beyond the glass, becoming as empty as the thing that took their soul. The truth remains unknown, but one fact is certain. In these mountains, when darkness falls and you hear that wet cracking sound, followed by the slow slide of bone against bone, there's only one rule that matters. Never look out, because the empty is already looking in, waiting with its eternal smile, ready to take another piece of your soul.
Like, comment, subscribe. Check out nerdlegion.net.